Welcome to episode 509 of AI Brief.
Hi, everyone. So glad you could join us today.
We have got an incredible lineup for you. We are going to examine Malta making an incredibly bold move by treating ChatGPT Plus as public infrastructure.
Which is just a massive shift in how we think about software.
Definitely. Then we will look into some astonishing science breakthroughs, including a $20 mechanical hearing aid, and, well, we will run through a rapid-fire breakdown of today's top AI productivity tools.
You know, when you survey today's stories, a very clear common thread emerges. We're seeing technology become profoundly accessible.
Oh, for sure.
Whether that barrier to entry is being dismantled at the national government level or, like, all the way down to the microscopic cellular level, these tools are suddenly within reach for the average person.
That idea of ultimate accessibility brings us directly to our first major update. We are watching an entire nation rewrite the rules of software access.
And they're doing it at a structural level.
They are. So starting in May 2026, Malta is taking a step that completely redefines the relationship between citizens and artificial intelligence.
Wow, an entire country.
Literally the whole country. They are offering all residents a free one-year subscription to ChatGPT Plus. But the catch is entirely educational.
Oh, interesting. What is the requirement?
Well, residents must complete a free AI literacy course before receiving this access. And what makes this even more expansive is that Maltese citizens living abroad are also eligible for this national entitlement.
That is huge. Do we know the financial details behind this?
The financial terms between the Maltese government and OpenAI actually remain undisclosed. But framing this from a strategic perspective, it reveals a monumental shift. They are treating AI access like public infrastructure.
I mean, we are so used to thinking of generative AI as a private luxury or, as a subscription service for white-collar professionals.
Yeah, absolutely. But Malta is treating it the way a city treats a public park or a paved road. It forces us to ask a major question. Is this OpenAI testing a brand new government-level distribution template?
Pairing the AI literacy requirement with the subsidized access is such an exceptionally clever approach. It is not just, a blind handout of advanced technology.
Because that usually leads to confusion or misuse.
Completely. By making targeted education the absolute prerequisite, Malta ensures that its citizens actually understand the tool they are being given.
It effectively normalizes the use of ChatGPT inside public schools and businesses.
And throughout daily life at a national scale. It elevates the baseline competency of the entire population, turning a powerful piece of software into, well, a culturally integrated utility.
Imagine an entire national workforce that speaks the exact same technological language.
It is the difference between handing someone a powerful engine and teaching them how to drive the car. If you give the entire population the keys to the same cognitive machinery, you are essentially supercharging the national economy.
And if Malta's model proves successful, OpenAI secures a tested template for country-level adoption that can be replicated globally. They shift their entire business model from marketing to individuals to integrating directly with sovereign governments.
It is a brilliant play for ubiquity.
Now, shifting from national digital policy to hard science, today's updates are equally boundary-pushing. We have a remarkable science and technology roundup today. So, Leah, I will hand the floor over to you to guide us through the mechanics of these developments.
I would love to. We will begin with a medical breakthrough that completely reimagines a common device by going backward in technological complexity.
Backward.
Yes, backward in complexity to go forward in accessibility. A team of students has taken the standard hearing aid and redesigned it from the inside out. Instead of relying on expensive digital electronic components, they swapped those out for purely mechanical parts.
Oh, wow.
These mechanical structures are intricately designed to physically replicate the sorting and amplifying functions of the human inner ear. It is a stunning pivot away from microchips and batteries, returning to pure mechanical physics.
That is incredible. What does it cost?
The result is a custom-fit device that sells for just $20. To understand the magnitude of that price drop, the industry standard for electronic hearing aids typically ranges between $1,000 and $5,000.
Wait, I want to understand the actual mechanism here. How does a physical part bypass the need for a microchip?
Well, it comes down to acoustic resonance. Sound waves are just physical vibrations in the air. The human inner ear uses tiny, specialized physical structures to naturally sort those incoming frequencies without any digital processing.
Oh, so they are just copying the biology.
Exactly. I mean, precisely. What these students have done is build a physical metamaterial that acts as an acoustic filter. Think of it like the body of an acoustic guitar or the curved brass of a French horn.
So the physical shape of the material itself funnels the sound.
Yes, it funnels, traps, and naturally amplifies the specific frequencies the patient struggles to hear.
Yeah.
By molding these exact acoustic pathways, they completely eliminate the need for digital processing.
It is a brilliant inside-out engineering workaround. You're replacing a $5,000 microcomputer with a $20 acoustic funnel. For patients priced out of the market, that is totally life-changing.
Moving from mechanical engineering to neurology, we have a major update regarding brain-computer interfaces. Standard BCIs typically tap into the motor cortex to trigger basic muscle commands.
Because the motor cortex acts as a relay station for physical movement.
Yes. However, scientists have just taken this technology a massive step further. For the first time ever, they've successfully implanted a BCI in the higher cortex regions of the brain.
The higher cortex.
Yes, these are the areas that handle complex intent and decision-making. It is the origin point of our actions, rather than just the physical movement execution.
Oh, wow. Who is the recipient?
A paralyzed patient named Brandon Patterson. He is already experiencing phantom sensations in his hands, specifically feeling phantom finger movements.
Pause for a second. If standard implants already read the motor cortex, aren't they already capturing the instruction to move? Why undergo the massive risk of implanting deeper into the higher cortex?
Well, think of the motor cortex like the steering wheel of a car. But the higher cortex is the driver's brain deciding where they want to drive in the first place.
Oh, I see.
When a patient has a severe spinal cord injury, the signal in the motor cortex can often be degraded or chaotic. If you only read the motor cortex, you are trying to decode a corrupted signal.
But if you read the higher cortex,
You are reading the clear, uncorrupted desire that says, I want to pick up that coffee cup.
yeah.
The artificial intelligence connected to the implant can then translate that pure goal much more effectively.
Shifting the focus from reading muscles to reading intent changes the entire trajectory of neural implants. We are tapping directly into the source code of human desire. That explains the potential for treating mood disorders and dementia too.
Next, we have a massive breakthrough in renewable energy storage. Storing solar power typically requires expensive, incredibly heavy battery systems that rely on chemical degradation.
Like lithium-ion batteries.
Yes. But now, scientists have created a specialized liquid molecule that absorbs sunlight, remains charged for months at a time, and then releases the stored energy as heat when triggered.
A liquid molecule that holds sunlight.
The inspiration for this material actually came from the reversible chemical shift found in photochromic sunglasses. This liquid material significantly surpasses traditional lithium-ion batteries in terms of raw energy density.
You mentioned photochromic sunglasses as the inspiration. For those of us who just know those as transition lenses, how exactly does that chemical mechanism apply to storing solar heat?
At the molecular level, when ultraviolet light from the sun hits the lenses in those glasses, the actual chemical bonds inside the molecule snap open, rotate, and rearrange themselves into a different shape.
And that new shape blocks light.
Yes. What these scientists have done is create a liquid molecule that does something very similar. But instead of just blocking light, that physical shapeshift creates a highly strained, locked state. The solar energy is physically trapped inside the tension of those chemical bonds.
So it does not slowly leak away over time the way a standard battery does.
It can sit there for months. When you need the energy, you run the liquid past a specific catalyst. The molecule snaps back into its original shape, and all that trapped tension is released instantly as pure heat.
It is the equivalent of pulling back a spring, locking it in place, and leaving it on a shelf for 6 months. You are literally bottling sunshine during the summer and uncapping it in the dead of winter.
Finally, we have an incredible update from the world of paleontology. A villager's fossil discovery in northeastern Thailand has unearthed Southeast Asia's biggest ever dinosaur.
Oh, wow. How big are we talking?
The fossil belongs to a 90-foot, 28-ton sauropod that roamed the region 113 million years ago. Paleontologists have named it after Naga, the serpent deity from Thai religious tradition.
28 tons. The size disparity between that sauropod and its environment is just staggering. A creature that big would have absolutely no fear of predators.
None at all.
To put the math in perspective, the largest carnivores in that specific area during that era weighed a measly 3.5 tons. The Naga sauropod simply outgrew any terrestrial threat.
It is basically an evolutionary cheat code.
Once you reach 28 tons, you are essentially a walking mountain to a 3-ton predator. While sun-storing liquids and massive ancient giants are fascinating, you actually have work to do today. Let us seamlessly move to the practical AI tools that can boost your productivity right now.
Always good to get back to practical applications.
We are tracking 6 trending platforms today. First is Whisperflow, which is an AI-friendly voice dictation tool that works everywhere you type.
Oh, interesting.
The practical use case here is drafting long, complex emails flawlessly while you are simply pacing around your room. It perfectly formats raw thoughts into professional text, completely bypassing the keyboard.
That is incredibly convenient.
Second is Kelvic, a platform built to handle payments, tax, and billing, specifically tailored for SaaS and AI companies.
A huge pain point for founders.
Definitely. The use case is automating the entire back-office headache for software startups, so you can focus entirely on building your actual product. Third is Mimokit Gem, an AI wearable that remembers your conversations throughout the day.
Wait, like an external brain?
Spot on. If you are bouncing between back-to-back meetings, Mimokit Gem ensures you never drop a single detail or passing comment. Fourth on the list is OpenJobs AI, an end-to-end autonomous AI recruiter.
Autonomous sourcing.
Completely. The use case is running your entire screening process without any human bottlenecks. It can independently find candidates and push the best matches forward. Fifth is Genpire, a platform dedicated to making real products with AI.
Making physical products.
Yes, you can take a wild, abstract concept from your imagination, describe it to Genpire, and instantly turn that idea into physical merchandise ready for production. Finally, we have GraphBit PRFlow. This is an AI code reviewer. Its primary use case is catching the invisible, highly complex bugs that standard testing tools miss before your code ever goes live.
Looking at tools like Mimikit Gem and Whisperflow, you see a cohesive practical angle emerging. They are fundamentally removing the friction between thinking and doing.
Absolutely.
By serving as an external memory bank or seamlessly translating raw speech into polished text, these tools ensure that the human mind is the only real bottleneck in the creative process. Technology is getting out of its own way.
We have journeyed through a massive spectrum of updates today, from public utility AI in Malta, all the way to 28-ton ancient giants and liquid sunlight.
It has been a wild ride.
This brings us to a final, lingering thought for you to consider. If an entire country can successfully make AI literacy a required prerequisite for accessing internet-era infrastructure, how long will it take until other nations realize that an uneducated workforce is a strategic vulnerability and they are forced to follow suit?
If you enjoy these rapid-fire updates and deep dives into the mechanisms behind the news, please take a moment to follow and share the podcast.
See you in the next episode.